Marina, we're going to be talking today about the types of services that we offer at Polaron.
Yep.
You are our EU citizenship specialist and you specialize in German.
In German, yeah.
Specializing in German.
Yep.
So what I wanted to ask you firstly is just a little bit about the recent and not so recent changes in legislation. So that was September last year, where legislation was made a little bit more flexible, or a lot more flexible. Tell us a bit more about that.
So first they changed, it's called Declaration of German Citizenship, which is about, so it might be easier to understand with just an example.
Okay.
So if you were born in 1950 to a German mother and let's say an American father, you were born in wedlock, you automatically received your father's citizenship, and your mother couldn't pass it on, so you were American. And so this is all about the gender discrimination. Now they say, well, why wasn't your mother, able to pass it on, which is absolutely right. Why wouldn't she? So you can claim it back. So even if you were born to a German mother between 1949 and 1975 in wedlock to a foreign father, you can claim this back now and are eligible for German citizenship.
Right. And prior to that, there was a whole gap of 30 years or thereabouts, 40 years, 50 years, something, where whatever, I can't count. Sorry. Where if your mother was German and she married, you were not eligible. So
correct.
You would be cut off from inheriting citizenship. But in other words, in Germany, the rules are that you are German if you're born German, right? Regardless of where you're born, as long as one of your parents is German, essentially.
Yep.
So the declaration that you spoke of is available for people who have to declare that they're German. They kind of, we're not really born German. Am I right?
Yeah, so correct. If you would have been, let's say in America, you would have born in America to an American father, and your mother was still German, so she never naturalized. She just left and moved to America and married. You weren't back then. You weren't be able to get your German citizenship, and now you can. Okay. So you can claim this back from your German mother.
Okay, so that's called declaration. What's another type of citizenship? So what we're talking about, everyone, is same outcome. So German citizenship, but different pathways. So declaration is one. What's another one?
So restitution, which is mainly for the people who were persecuted through World War II. A lot of people of Jewish faith, Roma, Sinti, all the people that became stateless and through the whole Hitler regime. So between 1933 and 1945, if you left Germany, you became stateless. You're able to claim that citizenship.
So we're talking about ancestors, though,
ancestors,
right?
Yep.
So what we're looking at is your ancestors that were discriminated against between 1933 and 45. And if you can prove that they were German citizens. And they left or they were persecuted or murdered, in fact, right? You yourself today can reclaim it correct. Through that provision in the laws.
And anybody after that ancestor in the lineage,
as long as they directly related to that.
Correct, directly.
Amazing. There's another thing around restitution that people might not know about, and that is that if you've lived, or if your ancestor has lived in Germany for more than 10 years and wasn't a citizen, you can still claim it back if you can prove that they were eligible for citizenship but weren't able to get it because of some sort of discrimination, right?
Because it's so hard to explain, but because of the war, everything was mixed up. Like there were people from chaos all over the place. It was legit chaos. And that's why, a lot of people from surrounding countries, got, you might have not been, on the same side than with the Nazi regime. Obviously, you were then a criminal to them. You might have been imprisoned, it really, like you said, it doesn't quite always matter what nationality you were when you went to Germany or were imprisoned or persecuted. Because when you spent that time, and you became stateless no matter what, because you were a criminal or someone
considered one.
Right,
right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we've covered declaration.
Yep.
We understand what that is. We've covered restitution. We understand what that is. What's another way of getting your citizenship?
Determination. So this is your direct.
So 3 Ds, everybody.
Yeah. So this is your direct line back to your ancestor. So that has, nothing to do with the restitution or declaration. Someone in your family was German and was able to pass it on. Let's say it was your grandfather and he passed it on to your father and your father passed it on to you.
Okay.
That's the
so in other words, you were born German and the German government will determine whether anything happened in that case that you've just described, that you may have lost citizenship. If you haven't, they're going to give you a citizenship certificate.
Yeah.
Confirmation of citizenship. Yes, correct. And again, it's done through paperwork. You need to have a direct ancestor and an unbroken line of ancestry, essentially.
Yes. So this is also where the dates are an important. So if you didn't, your ancestor didn't naturalize before your next generation was born.
Okay.
And then you pass it on slowly through the line to you. So,
right. And sometimes you can make it by a day. And sometimes you don't make it by a day. So again, that precision we were talking about. So we need to be very, very precise with the dates. Any other ways of becoming a citizen? Yeah,
there is also another option of discretionary naturalisation.
4 Ds.
Which you know about because I'm sometimes in your ear about it with some clients. So this is when you're not eligible by determination, declaration, restitution, but you have German ancestors.
Yeah.
And you are committed or you have strong ties to Germany. There is a lot of requirements. You have to have a certain language, a B1 in German, and you have to prove how committed you are to be a German.
Yeah.
Let it be being in German association or clubs, or still have contacts, friends, or you travel to Germany regularly, or even you work for a German company. It's a lengthy process, and I think we have 2 at the moment. You mentioned before that going through that. If there is, if you can have a strong ties and we're building a strong case for you, that's also an option.
And that type of acquisition of citizenship is actually quite difficult, and we try to dissuade people, but we tell them that the chance of success is quite low, and you have to be really determined to prove that you feel German, that you have ties with Germany, that you have contributed in some way to the German diaspora if you live outside of Germany, and what your contribution in the future will be. So I think there's provision in that law regarding high level contribution that you can make, and again that takes a long time, and it's a little bit unclear. So when we work with people, we offer like a coaching program essentially to elevate and amplify their chances of success. But the thing is that we cannot guarantee that option, and it just really depends on how committed you are to the journey.
And there is the slight big detail of that you might have to renounce your current citizenship, which is compared to determination, declaration, restitution, you'll be able to keep your current citizenship. So you have dual citizenship.
Marina, where did I get 4 Ds from? We've got determination, declaration, discretionary naturalization. It's an R. It's restitution. So
restitution.
Okay, well, thank you for outlining all of that. If anyone has any questions about specifics, contact Marina, and we'll see if we can help.